a section-by-section guide to California Form FL-342, the attachment that states the child support the court orders, including how guideline support is calculated, how it gets paid, and common mistakes to avoid. What is Form FL-342? Form FL-342, Child Support Information and Order Attachment, is the California Judicial Council form that documents a child support order in detail. It is an attachment, not a standalone filing, meaning it is always submitted along with a judgment, Form FL-180, when child support is being ordered as part of finalizing a divorce, legal separation, or parentage case, or a findings and order after hearing, Form FL-340, when a judge orders support after a hearing on a request for order. How California calculates guideline child support. California does not leave the child support number to guesswork or negotiation alone. The state uses a statewide guideline formula set out in the Family Code that is applied the same way in every county. The guideline formula weighs two main inputs: each parent's net disposable income, meaning income after certain allowed deductions, the amount of time each parent spends with the children, often called the timeshare. These inputs feed into a formula that produces a presumptively correct support amount. Courts and attorneys typically run the formula through certified software rather than by hand, but the underlying inputs are what actually drive the result. Where the income numbers come from. The income figures used in the guideline calculation come directly from each parent's income and expense declaration, Form FL-150. This is why FL-150 accuracy matters so much. If the income numbers on FL-150 are incomplete or wrong, the guideline support amount calculated for FL-342 will be wrong too. For a full walkthrough of that form, see how to fill out Form FL-150. Before finalizing the numbers on FL-342, double-check that the income figures match what is currently on file in each parent's FL-150. Support orders based on outdated or inconsistent income information are a common source of later disputes. Section-by-section walkthrough of FL-342. Here is what you will actually fill in on FL-342. Case and party information. At the top, you will enter the county, case number, and the names of both parents, consistent with how they appear on the judgment or findings and order after hearing this attachment is being filed with. The guideline calculation. This section documents that guideline child support was calculated, generally referencing the income figures and timeshare used. If a certified guideline calculator generated a printout, that printout is typically attached along with FL-342. Monthly support amount and paying parent. This is the core of the form, the actual monthly dollar amount ordered, and which parent is ordered to pay it to the other. Some orders step down or change at defined future dates. For example, when a child ages out of certain add-on costs, and any such changes should be spelled out clearly rather than left implied. Start date. FL-342 states the date the support order begins. This should be a specific, unambiguous date. How support is paid. Income withholding. Once a child support order is in place, it needs a payment mechanism. In California, that is most commonly an income withholding order, Form FL-195. Under this arrangement, the paying parent's employer is ordered to deduct the child support amount directly from their paycheck and send it to the appropriate state disbursement channel, which then forwards it to the receiving parent. Income withholding is the default method in most cases because it is reliable and reduces the chance of missed or late payments. In some situations, parents may arrange to pay support directly to one another instead of through income withholding, but this depends on the specifics of the case and is not automatic. Health insurance and uninsured medical costs. Child support is about more than a single monthly number. FL-342 also documents which parent, if either, is ordered to maintain health insurance coverage for the children, and through what source. Employer plan, individual plan, or other coverage. how uninsured medical, dental, and vision costs, the portion insurance does not cover, are divided between the parents, commonly split by percentage. Leaving health insurance or uninsured medical cost provisions blank on FL-342 is one of the most common gaps in a proposed order. Without clear terms here, disputes over who owes what for a copay, orthodontia, or a medical bill can drag on long after the order is entered. Childcare and additional expenses. FL-342 also addresses childcare costs, typically work-related or education-related childcare that a parent needs in order to work or attend school or training. Like uninsured medical costs, these are usually divided between the parents by percentage rather than assigned entirely to one side. Beyond routine health and childcare costs, parents can also address other agreed additional expenses, such as costs tied to extracurricular activities or specific educational needs, and how those costs will be split going forward. Guideline support versus an agreed amount. California law treats the guideline calculation as presumptively correct. That means the court starts from the assumption that the guideline number is the right child support amount for the case, unless a specific legal reason justifies a different figure. Parents are allowed to agree to a support amount that differs from guideline, but that agreement has limits. The court still reviews the agreement to confirm it adequately meets the children's needs. Parents generally cannot simply agree to no child support or an amount that is clearly inadequate. Any deviation from guideline is typically expected to be explained on the record. Common mistakes to avoid. Support figures on FL-342 that do not match the income numbers on the current FL-150 for either parent, leaving the health insurance section blank instead of specifying which parent covers the children, omitting how uninsured medical costs will be split between the parents, leaving out child care cost provisions when child care is actually being used, an unclear or missing start date for when the support order takes effect, failing to attach FL-342 to the judgment FL-180 or findings and order after hearing FL-340 it belongs with. If keeping track of all of this by hand feels like a lot, that is exactly what Virdix is built for. The wizard at Virdix.co walks you through these same questions in plain language and prepares your FL-342 for you. Virdix is a document preparation service, not a law firm, so this is not legal advice, but it can help make sure your paperwork is complete and consistent from the start.